The Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most legendary coins in American history, and the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar holds a fascinating place in that story. At first glance, you might think it's just another ordinary 50-cent piece, but once you dive deeper, you'll discover that this coin carries hidden treasures, secret varieties, and surprising values that could transform what looks like pocket change into a collector's jackpot worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Let's step back for a moment. The Kennedy half-dollar was introduced in 1964 as a powerful tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination in 1963. Americans wanted a way to honor him, and the U.S. Mint delivered. The coin instantly became a national icon. People weren't just using it as money, they were saving it, treasuring it, and holding it as a symbol of respect and remembrance. Now, by the time 1972 came around, the Kennedy half-dollar had already gone through some dramatic changes. At first, in 1964, it was struck in 90% silver. Then from 1965 to 1970, it contained 40% silver. But starting in 1971, the silver was completely removed from circulation strikes, making the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar a copper-nickel-clad coin. To collectors, that change makes 1972 very interesting. It represents the new era of modern coinage, when silver disappeared and coins became truly collectible for their designs, errors, and rarity instead of just their metal content. The U.S. Mint struck the 1972 half-dollar at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins were struck as proofs with the S mint mark. And while millions of these coins were produced, what really matters is condition, rarity, and errors. That's where the money is. For example, a typical 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in worn circulated condition may only be worth 50 cents to $1. But if you happen to find one in stunning uncirculated condition with full mint luster and sharp detail, the value shoots up dramatically. Mint state coins graded MS-65 can sell for $15 to $25, and superb gems in MS-67 condition can bring $500 to $1,000 or more at auction. That's a huge leap from face value. And it gets even better when you talk about rare varieties and minting errors. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar has produced some spectacular error coins. Imagine finding a double die obverse, where the lettering or design shows doubling. It can turn a 50-cent coin into a collector's dream worth hundreds. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchets can command serious premiums too. Some of these rare mint errors have sold for thousands of dollars, making the 1972 half-dollar an exciting hunt for collectors and treasure seekers alike. Then there are the proof issues from San Francisco. More than 3 million proof coins were struck in 1972, all made for collectors. These proofs are gorgeous, with mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. A typical proof might sell for $5 to $10, but when you find one with deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces, graded PF69 or PF70, the value skyrockets. Some deep cameo proofs from 1972 have sold for hundreds of dollars because of their rarity and eye appeal. What makes the Kennedy half-dollar even more valuable is its connection to history. This isn't just a piece of money, it's a coin that carries the story of a nation mourning its leader, the story of America's transition away from silver coinage, and the story of collectors who continue to chase these coins decades later. When you hold a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, you're holding far more than 50 cents. You're holding a symbol of American history and a potential treasure with surprising hidden worth. Now here's something most people don't realize. Even though millions of Kennedy half-dollars were struck, finding high-quality examples today isn't as easy as it seems. Many were spent, many became worn, and others sat in bank vaults untouched. But truly superb examples with blazing luster and perfect surfaces are rare, and rarity always equals value in the coin world. That's why collectors will pay big money for the best of the best. One famous auction result proves just how valuable these coins can be. A 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar graded MS-67 by PCGS sold for over $1,000. That's not a typo. What looks like a simple half-dollar from the 1970s brought in more than $1,000 simply because it was rare in high grade. Now imagine finding one like that in your collection, your coin jar, or at a coin show. That's the thrill of the hunt. Beyond the numbers, though, there's something special about this coin. The Kennedy half-dollar is large, bold, and eye-catching compared to smaller coins like dimes or nickels. It has a commanding presence. The obverse shows Kennedy's profile, designed by Gilroy Roberts, while the reverse features the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparo. It's a design full of power and patriotism, making the coin feel more like a medal of honor than just pocket change. By 1972, though, the half-dollar was already disappearing from daily use. People weren't spending them as much, partly because of their size and partly because so many were saved as keepsakes. That makes them even more collectible today, because when a coin stops circulating, it becomes less about spending and more about collecting. So let's recap. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar may look common, but hidden among those millions are coins worth big money.